Hi, my name's John McCague. I'm a licensed real estate representative with Lepage RCR in Alliston. Been licensed since 2000. But on the road today, I'm just in the process of meeting clients to show them properties. And I have a few minutes. I thought I'd take the opportunity to put a short video together. Putting a series of videos together with topics related to real estate. And in this case, I'd like to talk to you about home inspection. So home inspection is very important, not only if you're thinking of buying a property, but also if you're thinking of selling a property. And as a seller, you have the option of having a pre-listing inspection. And that pre-listing inspection, what it will do is they'll come through just as if it was a home inspection representing a buyer. But what they'll do is they'll put a list of things together, concerns that the home inspector has found, or things that could certainly be done to improve the sellability of your house. What you want to know is, prior to an offer coming in and an inspection being done, you want to know if there's any outstanding issues. There may be issues that you're aware of, such as it needs a new roof, needs new windows, something like that. But there's also situations that come up where you may not be aware of, and a home inspector will hopefully pick those things up. What it shows as a seller, it shows to the buyer the level of commitment that you have to selling the property, and it prevents any potential of what I call game playing, which means that if an offer comes in and they do a home inspection and they find an issue, sometimes what will happen, it shouldn't happen, but sometimes that it will happen, is that an issue will be found which either really doesn't exist, or if it does exist, it's much lesser degree than actual. What you want to know is beforehand what things could potentially hold up the sale of a property and what the dollar value of those issues would be. Because in some instances, if it's caught in a home inspection by the buyer, what they'll do is they'll still take the property, but what they'll do is they'll negotiate a price off of the final sale price to cover the cost of remedying that problem. And you would like, as a seller, you would like to know that. So when an offer comes in on your house, chances are there's going to be a conditional period of 5 business days or thereabouts for a home inspection to be done. The home inspection will be done by a qualified home inspector. The cost will be in the range of between $300 and $400. Takes 3 to 5 hours, depending on what the property is. So the cost can go up if it's a more complex property, and the time period can go up if it's a more complex property. When the home inspection's done, the home inspector's there. Hopefully the buyer is there, and the buyer's agent is present. What they'll do is they'll inspect everything on the property that they have access to. If there's something that they don't have access to, whether it's because it's there's no access to it, or if it's seasonal, such as a swimming pool, or if a roof is covered with snow, what they'll do is, to their best knowledge, they will determine if there's an issue. So, example, a roof, they may not necessarily see the outside of the roof, but what they'll do is they'll look up in the attic and they'll see if there's any water penetration coming through into the attic. The inspection will involve both the interior and exterior of the house. The home inspector may very well get up, or should get up on the roof of the house, walk around, do some inspection. They will take pictures and take notes. They quite often have a a pre-set list of things that are inspected, and they'll just go item by item and they'll make notes. In a case of a house that has a wood-burning fireplace or wood stove, hopefully the home inspector is WET certified, which is Wood Energy Technology Transfer certified. And what they do is they'll inspect the liner, inspect the installation, make sure that everything is up to code. And if there's anything that isn't working properly, they'll make note of that. That's very important for insurance purposes. As I say, the buyer should be present for the home inspection, because as the home inspection goes through, it's good to let the home inspector do their job. The less questions you ask, the quicker the home inspection goes. And they'll discuss the things with you at the very end. They'll go through page by page of the report, showing you pictures and showing you notes. You'll get a copy of everything at the very end. But there may be situations where you're present and they can show you in person and discuss it with you right then and there. Yes, it takes a little bit of time. It may extend the length of the home inspection, but you've got the qualified eyes right there. You may as well ask them right then and there. After an inspection, what will happen is if there's been significant issues with the property, may only be one or two issues with the property, may not be any at all, but if there are issues, what the buyer agent will do is contact the seller agent with those issues, and they'll ask for those issues to be remedied. So it's entirely up to the seller if they want to remedy the problem. If they don't want to remedy the problem prior to closing, what they can do is they can renegotiate. They can take a little bit of price off the sale price of the property to cover the cost, and it would be the responsibility of the buyer to do that work after closing. The advantage of that from a buyer standpoint is that then you have control. You've got the money given to you to hopefully cover the expense of the repair, but then you can call in your professional and have it done your way versus having it done by the seller's, whoever the seller brings in. So the nice thing is that you as a buyer can control who remedies the problem. But what you want to make sure is if it's a condition of an offer to have a home inspection done, that's done prior to the deadline that's been put in the offer. You want to make sure that if it's 5 business days, that it's been done within the 5 business days. And then what you can do is if the issue has to be remedied prior to closing, have your buyer agent follow up at a later date prior to closing and make sure that it's been remedied. And if necessary, ask for copies of receipts showing that the work's been done. Or you can actually go back in and you can actually take a look prior to closing and take a look yourself to make sure that the problem has been remedied. Once you're happy with the home inspection and it's within the time period stated in the offer, what the buyer agent will do is prepare a notice of fulfillment, and that's removing the condition of home inspection. That'll be signed by the listing agent, the buying agent, the buyer, and the seller, and that forms part of the offer, and that gets passed on to the lawyers, and that completes that part of the deal. If that's the only condition, then the deal becomes firm. If there's other conditions, then you still have to wait for those other conditions to be fulfilled as well. So I have a list of items that are covered in a home inspection. If you are interested in getting a copy of that, feel free to contact me. If you would like the name of qualified home inspectors in the area that I would use, feel free to contact me. If you are thinking about buying or selling real estate, feel free to give me a call. I'd certainly appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. One of the greatest compliments I can receive from someone is a referral of your family or friend. I'd love an opportunity to hear from them. Feel free to have them contact me. I'll leave you some contact information. You can contact me in person at 7 Victoria Street West in Alliston. You can call me on my Toronto line, 1-866-772-5368. My local is 705-435-3000. My direct is 705-791-2221. My email is johnmccague@lepage.ca. My website is www.johnmccaguesells.ca. And my Facebook business page is at John McCague Realtor. So hopefully you find this information useful. If there's any questions that you have regarding this or other topics related to real estate, I'd certainly appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. You can contact me at any time. I hope you have a very prosperous 2019, and hopefully I get an opportunity to talk to you in 2019. Thanks very much for your time, and have a great day. Bye for now.